Welcome to the Flag Bearer channel. This is Little Known Black History Facts. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Lovett Fort-Whiteman, the blackest of Reds. The Russian Siberian Gulag is not a place where you would think to find an African American man. However, one black man in America was committed to the idea that the Communist Party was ideologically committed to foster a socialist revolution in the United States, and that it could play a significant role in defending the civil rights of African Americans. Lovett Fort-Whiteman was convinced that communism was the way for African Americans to find equality. He toured around America trying to convince his fellow African Americans to follow communism, but eventually he settled in Moscow. Eventually, he fell out with the Soviet leadership and was sent to the gulags for his unwavering beliefs on race and class. Whiteman became a well-known organizer, traveling around the country giving speeches to radical, working class, and even church audiences, advocating for socialism and arguing against American Federation of Labor Unions, barring black members. He also founded the American Negro Labor Congress to fight segregation and lynchings and build black union membership. Time magazine described him as the blackest of the Reds. He became extremely fond of Russian culture, began wearing Russian clothes, married a Russian woman, and later moved to the Soviet Union. There he worked in various professions, including as a screenwriter, English teacher, and a fish breeding researcher. He became embroiled in various political disputes within the United States and Russian Communist parties, and in 1937 he requested permission to return home, then disappeared. Lovett Huey Fort-Whiteman was an American political and civil rights activist and member of the Communist International. He is regarded as the first American-born black communist and the first African American to attend a ComInter training school in the Soviet Union. Fort-Whiteman was born in Dallas, Texas. After graduating from high school, he attended Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, and after graduating there, he studied medicine at Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee. He did not complete his studies. By 1910, he moved with his widowed mother and sister to Harlem, New York. Then, as the United States was engaging in World War I, he decided to travel to Mexico, where the revolution was in full swing. Witnessing the Mexican Revolution had a profound impact on his politics. It was in Mexico that he became a socialist. Back in the United States, while the Russian Revolution was underway, Lovett joined the Socialist Party of New York's Harlem branch in the fall of 1917. There he crossed paths with the likes of people like A. Philip Randolph, who became the legendary black labor organizer who founded the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters and who organized the March on Washington movement. He enrolled at the Rand School of Social Science operated by the Socialist Party of America and joined the fight for socialism. As an outspoken party member, Lovett began addressing crowds and parading the virtues of the party. His passionate speeches led to his arrest. The Bureau of Investigation, a forerunner to the FBI, cited him as a dangerous agitator, and he was jailed for explicitly advocating resistance in the United States, which is a violation of the Espionage Act. In 1924, only months after Vladimir Lenin died, he went to Russia as one of hundreds of delegates to the Fifth Congress of the Communist International. When the Congress was over, Lovett decided to stay in Moscow. Lovett's life story is like that of many black radicals who fled their countries to seek refuge elsewhere. For him, the party offered potential and vision for what could be done for black America, which was suffering the burdens of the ongoing Great Migration and racist oppression. Lovett traveled back and forth between Moscow and the United States, working alongside the likes of other noteworthy black communists. Frustrations about the direction of the party and race eventually hit home with Lovett. His outspokenness regarding the Negro question and tensions with other communists eventually drew the attention of the Soviet authorities. Doctrinal and philosophical disputes and failed attempts to organize the black masses back in the United States drew the ire and suspicion of Soviet officials and the comrades around him. By 1933, Lovett decided that he wanted to come back to the United States and sent a letter to the party secretary in New York. To his misfortune, the note was intercepted by Soviet state authorities who added it to his file, which was growing along with his own disillusionment. His loyalties and his potentially negative influence on other black people came into question. He was denied permission to leave, and in 1936 he was exiled from Moscow. African American communists in the USSR who challenged the party line were especially in danger. Lovett Fort-Whiteman, who had been a leading black communist in the United States and the head of the American Negro Labor Congress, suffered as a result of his apostasy. The Communist Party's line on America had long been black and white, unite and fight, but that changed when the Comintern applied Stalin's definition of a nation to the black population of the American South. Fort-Whiteman was the subject of an investigation by Comintern, the worldwide leading organization for the communist parties. He was accused of misleading some of the Negro comrades, and worse, for being a Trotskyite, which was equivalent to a death sentence. On July 1, 1937, the Soviet government tried him and sentenced him to 5 years in internal exile for anti-Soviet agitation. Fort-Whiteman was transferred to a prison labor camp in northeastern Siberia. Lovett Fort-Whiteman died of starvation or malnutrition, a broken man whose teeth had been knocked out from the brutal beatings that he received almost daily. He was not able to keep up with the forced labor requirements in the harsh Siberian prison camp, and he paid the ultimate price. His death certificate reads heart failure, but he was simply a broken man. He was 49 years old when he died in 1939. Much about his short life and tragic end remains a mystery, in part because he spent some 15 years abroad in places where records are either unavailable or unknown to American scholars. Until next time, if you like little-known history facts as I do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Press the bell to be notified of future uploads. Thank you for watching.